So I'm assuming most of us grew up watching Mount Hockey. And every time I went over to my grandfather's when I was little, he always asked me what hockey game I wanted to go see. It was usually the Providence Bruins. And my uncle had played for Mount. My mom went there back in the 80s. And one day he suggested, why don't we go see a Mount game? I didn't know what it was at the time because I was only like 6. And I went and saw the chain link fence, and I was like, what the hell is this place? But from the moment they stepped on the ice and they started skating, I knew that that's where I wanted to play my hockey. And he told me it was a high school, and I just wanted to go there for that. My mom wanted me to come for the academics, but I definitely wanted to come play for the Lyles and play for Mount Hockey. So freshman year came, and I was scared out of my mind for tryouts. I believe I was actually the first goalie cut my freshman year. So I got sent down to Coach Gay. And the first practice ever with Coach Gay, he broke his stick over water bottles. And to this day, it still baffles me how it happened. I swear it defies the laws of physics. He's so intense on the ice, but I have to thank him a lot because he was the one that put my name in to Coach Dave to give me those chances when the other JV goalies were playing in the JV games. I had to come up and practice with varsity. It helped me a lot, it gave me a lot of confidence, and eventually I got the start in my senior year. Unfortunately, Coach Murphy couldn't be here today, but I'd like to thank him anyways for being basically my psychiatrist on the ice. Every time I let up a bad goal, I get mad at myself, which happened quite frequently this year. You just come over and tell me a funny story and get my mind off of it and get me back in my rhythm again. And Coach Capizzo did that as well. Having a goalie coach there at practice every day helped me a ton. Helped me work on my fundamentals, and the goalie practices definitely helped. The rebound drill, I mean, it's exhausting, but it helped a lot, more than I can even put into words. And then there's Coach Dave and Coach Bill. You guys never gave up on me. Last year, the one moment that sticks out in my mind, last year was my first year fully on varsity practicing full time. Now, I had never dressed for a game, and it was a scrimmage against Mendon. We were down 2-0 after the first period. We had Brian in net. The whole team wasn't playing great, and he was yelling at us in the locker room. And as we're about to go back on the ice, he points at me, he goes, you're in net. I look back at him with, like he's had 4 heads. And he's like, me, really? And I go out there and tell Brian, and he's confused too, because we're down, and he'd never expect to get pulled at that point. We ended up coming back winning in overtime 3-2, and that just pushed me forward for this year. And lastly, I'd like to thank my parents for just sacrificing all they had, giving up their time, their money. Definitely could have been doing a lot better things and taking me to hockey practice at 6 a.m. Unfortunately, my grandparents couldn't be here either, but I'd like to thank them for all the commitment, all the time they sacrificed, and all the money as well to buy me new equipment. I almost forgot Mr. O'Donnell for being so generous to donating all the equipment for the team, including sticks to myself. And as much as I hated practice when it was during it, I mean, it killed you, you were just exhausted after it. I'm definitely gonna miss it, and I already do.
I hope Zach is a business major in college, because I turned to Ryan Hanaway at one practice. I said, oh, you got a new stick? He said, no, Zach sold it to me for $15. So, capitalist at heart, that's good.